going to show you how to identify what yesterday's perfect lineup was. Before doing so, let's provide some context. So for the main slate in MLB, there are 25 quadrillion or 25 to the 15th possible lineup combinations. So when we say perfect lineup, we really mean that single lineup out of 25 to the 15th that yields the highest number of fantasy points. So imagine a distribution here with the x-axis being fantasy points. Optimizers like RotoQL are employed so that you're able to dice up that 25 quadrillion possibilities and identify this perfect lineup as close to real time as possible. And that's really core to our IP and why we work so hard at what we do. Because in actuality, for any given set of projections, we're able to identify what that most perfect lineup is in less than a second, but we're also able to identify the second, third, or 400th most optimized lineup for any given set of projections. To show this more clearly and illustrate the power, we're going to be applying this to yesterday's slate. So the main slate yesterday on June 22nd was 8 games at 7:05 p.m. By selecting the perfect lineup in the optimizer settings, it shows us the maximum number of fantasy points possible yesterday was 258.65. The second highest number of fantasy points possible was 256.65. Interestingly enough, for both sets of lineups, the maximum salary is not reached. And it gets even more interesting. So in the world of yesterday, we're able to do some thought experiments. So heading over to the games page, we can say, let's say I had locked Will Myers yesterday. If I had done that, what is the maximum number of fantasy points possible? So after locking good old Will, we see that the highest number of fantasy points possible is 235.65. So going back to the games page, we can also add on to our world of yesterday. Let's say we had stacked the Orioles. How would that have changed the universe? It shows us that the highest number of fantasy points when doing that was 190.05. We can also narrow the universe by saying, okay, let's say if we looked at only folks in the top 5 of the batting order, again, that changes what that perfect lineup was. So hopefully what we're illustrating here is the perfect lineup is a very intuitive and very easy way to start back testing and comparing your decisions against perfection. And hopefully you're going to apply this every day and deconstruct the perfect lineup and figure out what theories and methodologies you're using that make sense and which do not. Hopefully this is going to be helpful for the DFS community at large. Thank you.